of Education for Monday, December the 8th. The records show that all members are present except for members Isaac and Calvert. The voting sequence for this meeting is as follows: Sanchez, Tuttle, Bailey, Idle, and Davis. Audience to visitors, would anyone like to address the board this evening? Bruce?
I would.
Okay.
I'm just going to pass on what he's saying.
Bruce, is this about personnel?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not.
Okay.
My name is Bruce Young, and I'm a parent, business owner, and taxpayer here in Paris. My wife is Melinda Young, and she is a teacher here at Memorial School. I'm coming to you tonight with a very serious concern. Today at Carolyn Wentz Elementary School, my 10-year-old daughter was viciously attacked by another student without provocation, according to Mrs. Perry. All accounts said that she was visiting with friends before school, and this young man came across the table at her. He grabbed her arm and told her that he was going to risk...
Excuse me, Bruce, but I really think we need to go executive.
It's not about a teacher. This is
No, a student disciplinary issue needs to go in front of the board in executive session.
Okay.
So if we could actually, if you could give me a chance to get our levy voted on and a few of those things, then we will ask that the board go in executive, okay? And they'll listen to this. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
But I think Gary had something audience to visitors he wanted as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. He had just mentioned it.
In your packet this week, or for this month, I included a survey from our parent-teacher conference with all the tallies and information on there. And I included it because I want you to know what we're doing at Memorial, but also how overwhelmingly positive that feedback was from the parents who came through the door. And you see not only the few questions that we asked, but also I included all the comments. I distributed those to teachers, but like I said, I wanted you to have that information as well, just to see, I know that we are all asked to do so much with, all the time we have in our day, but our teachers and our staff at Memorial are working very hard to create a positive, welcoming atmosphere. And if you look at the comments by the parents, that was the overwhelmingly positive comment, was that the building was very welcoming, warm, friendly. They like the artwork in the hallway, and that very much says what my teachers are doing there to help welcome parents and answer questions and just be there for them. We will have a much more in-depth survey in the spring, and once we administer that and I get that tallied up, I think I know that I get that to you probably early summer, because it's usually given in May, and then by the time it's all tallied up again. But I just want you to see, like I said, what my staff is doing to really welcome and encourage people to come to Memorial. And we know that's so important to have parents in our building. So.
Garrett, do you know how many parents showed up out of the ones that were supposed to come? Do we keep track of that or not?
I think there were 100, I didn't do my survey, but I think there were 107 conference forms turned in. And I was thinking about that. We have over 300 students, but we wouldn't have that many forms come back through. And not everybody would have filled out the parent. I mean, that survey was totally voluntary. But most teachers saw all of their parents. Okay. There were a few exceptions that one or two didn't come in, but most parents made it to conferences this year, which is very, that says a lot to about our parents.
Encouraging,
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
I just wanted to mention, I attended the thing that Gary and Jeremy and Carol put on at the school board conference, and I was in the back of the room. I kept having to move back and further because more people kept coming. It was jam-packed, and I can't tell you how many positive remarks I heard people talking about the seminar. Some said that was the best thing they'd been to this year or any year. So I just want to tell you, congratulations, you guys did a great job.
Thank you very much.
Jeremy's going to speak on that just a little bit
Okay.
later in the meeting. And yeah, because it was absolutely excellent. We've got lots of feedback from different parents and different administrators on emails and things as well.
Under the consent agenda, in your package, you have minutes from the November 3rd meeting, a list of bills, and the November's treasurer's report. Does anyone have any questions on the consent agenda this evening? If not, I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Tuttle,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Idle,
Yes.
Davis is yes. Secretary's report?
I got a thank you here that, from the Illinois Association of School Boards, Connie here. It was, "Dear Connie, thank you for your participation at the joint annual conference in Chicago. The information, insights, and expertise you offered helped make this year's conference It takes combined talent of many people such as yourself to make an educational conference a success, and I wanted you to know that your contribution was sincerely appreciated. Have a wonderful holiday season. Thanks again. Patrick Rice, PhD. He's the Director of Field Services. That was for the School Board Association.
Superintendent's agenda?
Okay, I'm going to skip the presentation, Jeremy, now and go to the levy. The levy has laid for 30 days for public inspection. There has been no questions on the levy. As you know, it was under the 5%, so we did not have to hold the truth in taxation. We just levied for what is allowable in all of our different funds. So at this time, I would ask the board to approve the levy for the 14-15 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Next, you have a request for a tax abatement for North American Lighting. The city is asking for the abatement for NAL due to expansion of their current facility. They guarantee their future employment will remain above 1,035 employees as of January of 16. If their employment does drop below that, which I always check on the abatements, then we do a calculation and they get a certain percentage of that abatement, which the abatement drops every year. I did clarify this with Paul Ruff, city manager, just to ensure that this is just on the existing facility or the older facility. Their abatement has run out. So it is not on that, it is only on the new that was built with the new hires. So we're only abating the new construction that NAL has recently done. So at this time, I'd ask the board to approve an ordinance for real estate tax abatement for North American Lighting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Okay, we also had several board policies that at our last meeting we had the first read for, and they were really pretty cut and dry. Most of them were brought to us either through the regional superintendent when she did her compliance visit, or from new required policies through your school board association. So at this time I would ask, this would be the second reading of those policies, and I'd ask the board to approve policy 2:80, school board oath of conduct, where we just actually added the oath that we always take. Policy 2:10, organizational school board meeting. Policy 4:170, under operational services and security, where we allow the police to do one of our checks every year. 7:100, student health and eye and dental exams, which basically clarify the years that students have to have those exams. They've changed the grade levels for those exams. And policy 7:140, student search and seizure. Policy 7:185, students and teens dating violence being prohibited. At this time, I'd ask the board to approve the second reading of those policies.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Okay, the next is a resignation. We received a resignation from John Todd, who's currently employed as a cook at Wentz School. At this time, I'd ask that the board approve the resignation of John Todd.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Okay, next, we have a $50 donation to Memorial from the First United Methodist Church. The money will be used to purchase clothing for needy children. I'd ask the board to accept this donation.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question. Does Memorial School actually make these purchases, or do they turn it over to somebody else to make?
They'll actually make the purchases and probably hats, coats,
What we
Is
see.
this part of a bigger fund that
not necessarily.
We have a student account that the money will go into that Ben would use when we see, needs of the appropriate size clothing for accidents, those types of things.
Okay. Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Okay, it's time to renew our insurance on an inspection consultants. We've used insurance on an inspection out of Indianapolis for our risk management consulting services. I'd ask that the board approve the renewal of their contract for the 15-16 school year, the amount of $2,800.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, Sanchez?
Yes.
Tuttle?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Idle?
Yes.
Davis is yes.
Okay, I do want to say that the DARE graduation has been changed. I think I had in here, what they told us originally was Thursday the 11th. It will now be the 10th at 6:30. And if any board members would like to go to that graduation, Wednesday, I'd like you to sit at the head table. And Jeremy, you want to give just a quick overview of your...
Yeah, I'll be very quick.
Oh, that's fine.
So what I have here is a little packet made up for each one of you. I didn't want to turn the computer on. And what you can see here is at the III conference, our presentation was on curriculum leadership, recognizing the best practices in Common Core and preparing for PARC. This top screen right here that you see, this square, what we do is we always like to present action kits. So every audience member received a CD. When you put that CD into the computer, we developed a program where it automatically pops up and all the resources are right there for them. So that way they can actually go home and actually use it. So it's not like I'm just hearing something and then I forget it. So they actually have an action kit to go home and actually make a difference. The PowerPoint is included behind that, and the way that we broke this up is we broke this up into language arts, which is reading and writing, and we also presented on math and PARC. And so we just basically were able to go through and talk about what we've done as a district and kind of highlight some of those different areas so that way they have that information. You know, I guess just what I want to personally say to the school board that I'm proud of is I'm proud to be part of a school district where I have teachers who are willing, we have the leadership who has the knowledge, we have the support of you as our school board and our superintendent to make these changes implemented within our school district. And I always tell people just one step at a time, just one step at a time. And Carol Jones wasn't able to be here tonight. I know that she was a little discouraged that she wasn't going to be able to make it. So one mention that I just do want to make for Carol is we as principals are very lucky to have Carol Jones as part of our district because she is extremely knowledgeable and has the skill, and she's always willing to work with us and teach us so much so that we can put that into practice within our schools. So I do want to make a very big thank you to Carol Jones for that opportunity and for our school board supporting us and going and making that presentation. We have received numerous emails. We had 2 school districts ask us if we could actually come and present at their school district. Here it is almost a month later. I received an email this morning from a principal in Bloomington who actually had contacted me right after and asked for more CDs, and she gave one to every administrator in her district and burnt copies for all her teachers within her building. So I just think it looks good for our district that we can represent a leadership role at the state level, and other people are wanting to model what we're doing with our kids in our classrooms. So it's a very positive thing. So thank you.
How many did you have from the presentation?
I burned 150 CDs and I ran out. And I had people contact us. So many people standing up in the back.
Nancy, I was at the back. I was at the very back. I had to open the back doors and actually get more chairs to put in the hallway for people. It was very good, and there were a lot of good questions and a lot of good answers.
So do you expect to be able to go to some of these districts and make a presentation?
I absolutely hope so. Yeah. I just think I can't say it enough. It looks good for our district that we are leading the way and that we have the opportunity.
All size school districts?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All across the state. You know, we had some of the larger ones up around Chicago. And
Numerous.
they really had on their presentation lots of links and sites to go to with Common Core, you know how confusing and parents are upset and all. where you could go to actually get sample lessons. And it was just easy, like here you go, you can click here, you can pull up this, and if you're wanting language arts, here's a lesson for 3rd grade, here's a lesson for 4th grade. And so I think they all found that, just other than sitting and listening to a presentation, they actually got something useful.
Well, you take notes and then you get back and you're looking,
Exactly.
I don't know what
that meant. Yeah, what was that website? So they were all right there.
Not that it ever happens to me as
No, but they even kept reminding, because people say, now, where do you go again? And they'd say, you don't really need to do that, because right here on this is the front of the CD you'll get, you can just click. They had them all so easy where you just click right on them and it'll just take you right there. So it really was. That's why I wanted Jeremy to come and at least present this, so you could get this in the paper and know that it was an excellent presentation.
And I owe most of it, all of it, to Carol Jones,
Yeah, she did an
because
excellent
she
job.
is a stickler for curriculum, and she's taught us a lot.
She is.
Do you want to jump to executive?
Yes, now then we go executive, and there won't be any
Do
action.
you want to go under number 5?
Does it want to talk to me? Should we do this or-
Let's see.